History remembers him as a giant of strategy, but a tiny man in stature. The Napoleon Complex is a psychological staple. But what if I told you the world's most famous short king wasn't actually short at all? This entire myth was a math error. Welcome to the truth behind the French emperor's height. It's time to debunk the biggest propaganda win in history. At the time of his death, Napoleon was recorded as being 5 foot 2 inches. By modern standards, that sounds tiny, but those were French inches. A French pouce was longer than a British inch. When you do the math, everything changes. Napoleon was actually 5 foot 7. That's 5 inches taller than the myth suggests. In the early 1800s, this was a big deal. The average height of a Frenchman at the time was roughly 5 foot 5. Napoleon wasn't just average, he was above average. The confusion was made worse by his own guards. Napoleon chose the tallest, most elite soldiers for his personal protection. Standing next to these giants made him look smaller by comparison. It was a visual illusion he unintentionally created himself. But the real damage was done across the English Channel. The British masterfully weaponized his stature in wartime propaganda. They called him Little Boney. Caricaturist James Gilray portrayed him as a tiny, raging child in an oversized hat. It was psychological warfare. By making the emperor look small and ridiculous, the British made him seem less threatening to their public. Napoleon himself reportedly said that Gilray did more than all the armies of Europe to bring him down. He hated the cartoons. Decades later, psychologists coined the term Napoleon Complex, the idea that short men overcompensate with aggression. The irony? The man used to define the complex didn't even have the trait. The lie was just more interesting than the truth. He conquered most of Europe, reformed legal systems, and reshaped history, all while standing 5 foot 7. We often believe the loudest stories rather than the truest ones. Napoleon's height is history's most successful fake news. The British may not have always won on the battlefield, but in the world of media and morale, they were unmatched. So next time someone mentions the Napoleon Complex, remind them, it all started with a simple math error and a very sharp pen. A man's shadow can be much larger than his frame. Napoleon's shadow still looms over Europe today. What other history facts do you think might be lies? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Hit that follow button to keep learning the secrets history tried to hide. I'm here every day to keep you ahead of the curve. Because honestly, the truth is always more interesting than the myth. Until tomorrow.